Good afternoon. Well, we are here. We are back with another craft house. This is now our second craft house. Now, if you couldn't tell already, for the last couple of days anyway, I've been rather excited. We are here tonight with craft house, and we are here with, now I'm going to say this, for this time, for the next couple of hours, I'm going to take my crafter's companion hat off. I'm going to set that to the side. And many of you already know that this company here that we've got today, Hunkydory, is my favourite craft company out there. I've been using them for years. I've been part of the design team for years, and we of course have got none other than Anne-Marie with us this afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm good, I'm
so
good.
Excited about this. I know. We've
very exciting.
We've known about this for a couple of weeks.
For a little while now.
We've sent each other a wee message when you knew that I was doing it, and I knew that yourself was doing it. We gave each other a message, says we can't wait for this, because, well, certainly for myself, you know, as we say, you know, whatever it is that you do, obviously in life, you always get these people that give you a helping hand, that help you get there. And I've always got that small handful that's enabled me to get where I am today. And I make no, I never hide the fact, and I say it all over social media, that me getting to where I am today is a huge part of Anne-Marie and Hunkydory, because, you know, I was on your design team for
quite a long time.
Quite a long time. On the
Yeah.
design team for quite a long time. You gave me the opportunity to be seen in your magazines. You've done consumer shows. You've done everything like that where you involved me, and it enabled me to have that next step as well.
I was super sad to see you go.
I was sad to go. You know, it's one of those things where they say, you know, the big things and that.
Definitely.
But you know, and I do, and I've said it on Facebook, and I've said it on my Instagram and that, and I've even tagged in pictures and that, and just saying that it is Anne-Marie. You know, the full team as well at Hunkydory, but it's yourself that, you know, I'm so proud that, you know, you've got
we still get to see each other.
We do.
Probably see each other more now
we
than
probably do,
we probably ever
actually.
did.
We do. Never thought we'd see each other here at Crafter's Companion on Crafters TV, but it's so excited. So of course, so what we've got here today is we've got Craft House. So this is all about inviting our friends here into our craft room to enable you, yes, certainly here in the UK, but of course, whether you're in America, whether you're in Europe, because now Hunkydory are huge here in the UK, and yet, you know, you're getting a name within the US, but there's still a lot of people. You'd said to me, because you'd noticed on my social media, there was some people from within the US saying, no, you've never heard of Hunkydory.
Yeah, never heard of the brand,
What is it about Hunkydory? Where
so,
did it start?
we're all about the quality. At Hunkydory, it is quality artwork, quality cardstock, foiling, die cutting. So it's sort of card making made easy. You know, you can keep it as simple as you want to, or you can make it more elaborate. But we also have lots of other sort of sub brands as well that we're going to see today. So we've got the Moonstone cutting dies. We've also got For the Love of Stamps. We've got Adorable Scorable. You know, we've got quite a large portfolio of products now. It's very exciting.
You know, you've got so much, and certainly, obviously, you said with Adorable Scorable, you know, that's your bendy technology ink. So, you know, if you ever have problems, if you want to do card blanks or that, if you want to score them, do your shape cards or that, anything like that, it doesn't crease.
No.
That's what I absolutely love. You know, even now, all these years on the design team, I still don't know how it's done. It's magic to me. It's absolutely magic. Things like your Mirror card. You know, a lot of companies out there, when it comes to Mirror card, it's actually Mirror card, because Mirror is a brand, whereas yourself at Hunkydory, you know, it is all Mirror. It's Mirror, it's not the mirror, because whether you've got your foil,
the
absolutely, as you say, your die cut, you know, it's all foil, it's die cut for you, it's amazing. And certainly, obviously, since I've been on the team, as you said, all your sub brands and that as well, it's just continuing with strength to strength.
Definitely,
it's, you know, it's so proud to see, and I still use you all the time, as you know as well. You know, love it. So so what we're going to do is we've got incredible bundles, we've got incredible savings. So we've got things like the Art Deco range. You know, we've got that era.
So elegant, isn't it?
Absolutely
it's
elegant.
Stunning.
It's so good. Then we've got something as well that is absolutely gorgeous. It's, you know, it's thinking about people that's maybe had loved ones that have lost or sad times.
Definitely. It's such a difficult occasion to cater for, isn't it? And I think we've done it so well with this collection, because it's very delicate, it's very soft. But the words are there if you need them. It is just beautiful.
And that's the thing. So it is all put together in that as well. So as you'll tend to find that I say that I don't like the word craft kit, because to me a kit, it's like, this is what you make, and that is it. Whereas if I just think it was a collection, you know, you're given all these components. Certainly with these collections, we've got two main collections, and you can be doing whatever you want with them.
You know, you might not even make cards, you might make more three-dimensional projects, things like that, maybe sort of frames around the house. You can do so much with them, but I know what you mean.
So much, absolutely. So what we're going to do is, you're going to go through just in a very second and then get set up. Then I'm going to come and join you and we're going to go over the first few things that we've got coming up. It's so exciting. I absolutely cannot wait. So good. Let's go. Okay, doke. So why don't you take a look at this and we'll be back with you just in a second.
Did you know that our call centres are based in our head offices in both the UK and the US? That means that all of your phone calls and customer services emails come right here to be answered by one of our friendly staff. Whether you need help with our products, your order, or anything else that might be on your mind, our team are on hand to help you whatever you need.
There you go. So we are here, we are back. Now look at this, we've got incredible 3 big bundles here anyway. So we've got 2 bundles, so it's all coming in one. So we've got toppers, we've got background card, but then we've also got some of the picture perfect as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to start on this side here. So we're going to go for the Deco Wonder on this one here. So you're going to be able to see just coming up just in a moment there. There we go, we can see everything that you're getting within this bundle. What is it exactly what we're getting within this bundle, Anne-Marie?
So you're going to get, first of all of your foiled and die cut toppers. So you're getting 4 different designs. You're going to get 2 of each, and you can see you're getting that beautiful gold, luxurious foiling, lots of sentiments, frames, borders, tags, you know, all sorts of die cut elements on there. So there, for me, they're always like the sort of main part. That's where I start with is my topper. Then you've got all your coordinating cardstock. So here we have got all of the printed cardstock. So again, you're going to get 4 different designs, 2 of each. All 350 GSM, all adorable, scoreable.
Absolutely.
And then we move down to our foil cardstock. So this is accent foils, you know, little bits of foil detail spread throughout the cardstock and the imagery. Again, still 350 GSM, still adorable, scoreable. Then we move down to our inserts. So these are just like the finishing touch. You know, they add that little bit of luxury to the inside of your cards. We don't put any sentiments on there. So if you want to stamp on there, if you want to use them as papers, anything else, then you absolutely can do. And then finally, we have that amazing Picture Perfect pad, which is jam-packed full of artwork of all sorts of different sizes. You've also got papers on the reverse. So if you just want to use it as a paper pad, you can do. It's entirely up to you.
Yeah, because this is something when it comes to the perfect, can't even say it. We've got Picture Perfect range, and that's something that's new to me.
It is, it's relatively new to us. Yeah. So this one's slightly different than the other ones that we do because they've got those background papers on the reverse. But it just gives you so many options. I mean, in there we have got 276 images that you could turn into 276 toppers.
That's
right. You know, it's an amazing number of cards you'd be able to make.
Yeah, and I suppose as well, because we'll see them coming up just later, but you know, because we like our larger cards and that as well.
Definitely.
Because the smaller ones as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can put loads of little ones on one big card if you wanted to, or you could just use them to make little notelets or anything like that. They're super cute.
And then also just to say as well, when it comes to the actual inserts, you know, because when I use them at home, I also put them through my printer. So what I can do is I can just print them out onto sentiments and that, and then just print them out. It goes through the printer, no problem at all. So there we go. So that's everything that you're getting within that one just there. So you're getting that full bundle that obviously that Anne-Marie has just said. So it's $28.99 here in the UK. Of course, if you are in the United States, it's $41.99. But if you are in, obviously in Europe, you're $34.99 if you are in Europe. So all your details are across on the website as well. So you're getting everything there. All that's going to be a saving of 15% on that one there.
Wow.
So you're getting everything there. So like you say, you're getting 2 of each as well.
That's
and then obviously just
price.
to say as well, when it comes to the background card, when obviously you were on about the durable, scoreable, you know, if you want, what you can do is just fold it in half if you want to make a card.
Absolutely,
You can do.
Just do that.
And if you do that, that's where it doesn't crease. You don't get that mark and that crease in. It looks incredible. Of course, if you can, you've probably got card blank, so that's a good way just to extend it as well. Because it's 16 cards that it would make
minimum if we fold them all in half.
But of course, then you can just make more and more if you want. Including having that pad as well, because then it just means all these smaller ones, so many different things as well.
Definitely.
Okay, so I tell you what we can do is, well, we'll have a look at this one. So we'll look at the Deco Wonder on this one here. So what we can do is, we'll have a look at this one. There we go. Now this is where I have to learn with doing the flicking of the sheets.
I'm rather glad it's you and not me.
So what we can do, I wonder then, I tell you what, let's go. I'm just going to go it this way. We'll go the traditional way. So what we can do, so we can see this. So that's where you said obviously you've got a few different designs and they're all smaller ones.
Like DL size in there. We've got some little 2x2 squares. We've got that sort of 4x4 square as well. And then you can see the reverse there as well, the beautiful pattern. So you could just use this as backing papers if you wanted to. The choice is yours. If you want to do a little bit of decoupage, you can do as well, because you are getting multiples of each of the designs. But you can see, like we've flipped the images around, we've done little crops and things like that. So you get to see some of the artwork in real detail, and you could add, you know, gemstones onto here, glitters onto here, you know, really jazz those outfits up if you wanted to. But it's such a glamorous era, isn't it? It's gorgeous.
It really is. And it's one of those that I, because it's not, obviously, it's not an era that obviously any of us are familiar with, and it's not one that I have used a lot, but when I do have a play with it when it comes to crafting, I have so much fun. I think because it's something different, it's something that I'm not used to,
definitely.
that you really do enjoy it that wee bit more as well. So there we go, that also comes in, so that is your picture perfect there. So that is your Deco Wonder on that full collection just there. Incredible saving of 15% on that one. Awesome. Rightio. Okay, so what we're going to go on to is the picture perfect one. So we've got the 3 of them just here. So exactly kind of the same concept as we've just shown you just on these ones. But then what we've got is we've got the 3 of them on these ones here. So we've got the 3 packs, we've got beautiful blooms, we've got picture perfect, and we've got the perfect pause as well. So again, you know, we've got the same ideas, got the same concept, but some of them have got, you know, maybe lesser, fewer pictures, you know, depending on the size, isn't it?
Definitely, So again, you've got those different layouts within each of the pads. Some of them have got the sort of DL sizes. There's some of them that just got loads of little squares on, and they're great for doing small little cards, gift tags, that sort of thing. Also great for putting together to make a larger card. You know, they look amazing doing that as well. This one's beautiful with all the florals.
So I'm going to just bring this one in as well. Now, as everyone knows, and you know as well, you know, I love my fussy cutting.
Yeah,
you may have actually seen on social media the other day, I actually cheekily took one of those wee books home the other day. We're away to show just shortly and made a few things up. But that just goes to show, but even then, even these top square ones again, because the actual pads are 8x8, what about maybe just a wee frame or something? 8x8 frame. Pop that if you're doing any home deck or doing the rooms of that up. So I'm just actually going to flick that way, so that'll just give you, well, kind of upside down, but do you know what I mean? That's something I need to practice and learn on, but it's going to give you that sort of idea, and of course, you know, all these images.
You've got a whole host of different styles of florals in here as well. You've got real traditional looking ones, you've got more contemporary styles, you've got watercolour designs as well, so they're just absolutely beautiful.
They really are. So what I'll just do is quickly show you these ones. So we've got the Man's Life as well, so we're getting all 3 of them. It actually works out as 3 for the price of 2 on these ones, I know. So we've got the that one just there, we've got It's a Man's Life, and then we've got this one as well. Look at that, how cute is that? Little pause on that one. 1998 here in the UK, $27.99 within the actual United States. Look at all that, exactly as you would think. Little pause on these ones on here. Cute. Look how cute all these are. Look at, I know, look at, who does it love with doggies? You've got a cat though, don't you?
We've got a cat.
You've got a cat.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that you don't love dogs.
No, I've got
so just look at all of these as well. So be splitting them up. You could be decoupaging them as well. So many different.
And if you sell your cards for animal charities, you know, this is perfect, isn't it?
Yeah, so obviously you can do that, can't you? So that was just obviously show as well with that one there. So the actual images, you're getting 308 within this one as well.
Yeah, they all vary. So that with the men's one's 280, and then the floral is 264. So
absolutely.
You know, if you do sell your cards and you're thinking of like bulk card making, being able to create 260 toppers from one product, from one part of that bundle is incredible. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm actually also going to say as well, which I always love about Hunkydory when they do their books or anything, their spines, the way that they can sit on the actual shelf or that, you know, I've got them, whether it's maybe in a wee container, whether it's on the shelf, anything like that, you always think about the spines, the way it's going to look, you know, on the outside for looking in your craft room. Love it, absolutely love it. So that was that one just there. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back to the next one just shortly. What we're going to do is we're going to let Anne-Marie just go off. She's about to go and get started and do the first demonstration. You're ready to get started. I will come and join Anne-Marie very shortly. So what we're going to do is, as Anne-Marie gets started, we are just going to go over a few of these other things. We're going to go onto social media. We're going to see what we're saying. So we have got the up on Facebook. So we've got plenty of you all watching just today. We've just said so many are saying excited to see Anne-Marie here today from Hunkydory. A couple of you just there saying it's good to see myself and Anne-Marie back because obviously you'll have seen us together in the past. A lot of you saying you love Hunkydory. A couple of them just there, just getting that name check on there. Claire's just saying that you're new to Hunkydory, but you've seen some of the images online and they look absolutely stunning. Just a lot of love for Hunkydory. Hunkydory, which, you know, I'm not surprised because the love that I have for them too is exactly the same as you. So what we're going to do is once Anne-Marie is ready, she is going to kick off with her demonstrations, and then I'm going to come along and join her just shortly. But don't forget, everything that you can find across on our website, go to crafters.co.uk.com or .eu. So you're going to go on there, you're going to see it just on the bottom of your screen, just there. And what you're going to do is log on to there, and then that just means that you're going to have a look at Crafthouse, click onto that, and then that just means that everything that myself and Anne-Marie are showing you this afternoon here in the UK, obviously it's still going to be late morning within the US, everything's there for you to buy. So important to tell you that it is here in the UK, it is in the United States, and of course Europe as well. So if you are new to Hunkydory, it's a perfect time to stock up on your Hunkydory goodies. Right, what we're going to do is I'm going to throw over to Anne-Marie, who's away to start with her very first demonstration.
Hi everybody, so we're going to make a card first of all with that wonderful Deco Wonder collection. So we've got a few different elements that we're going to use alongside this. First of all, we're going to use this fabulous die set, which is the Deco Dreams card. So this is actually a concept card die, which makes this wonderful three-dimensional real deco style card with lots of different elements and bits and pieces in there as well. And you need to cut out 2 sections for it. So I've already cut out one of the sections, so you can sort of see how that's going to look and how it's going to fold in together. So we're just going to cut out the second half so that we can just layer those 2 together, and it will give you that beautiful finished card. So we're just going to run this through the Gemini here. So I'm just going to pop that onto there and run that through. And while that's running through, we can get some tape on some bits and pieces and get ready to pop this together.
And I'm going to come and join you. I'm loving seeing this. So this is one of your die sets now, is it? We've got coming up.
It's beautiful. So this is the one that coordinates with the Deco Wonder collection.
Yeah.
And when we were putting this collection together, I specifically wanted a die that was going to create one of those really cool concept card type things, because it is something that we're quite well known for at Hunkydory. So to be able to bring you the die that will make this card, I think is pretty cool.
It really is, because it's one of those things that, you know, you could be doing at home if you were to score in, but why would you? Because it takes time, you have to do the measurements, you have to do all these sort of things.
It's something I always say whenever we do any sort of concept cards. It's like, I think we take all the hard work out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, we do all the measuring, we do all the mock-ups, all the testing, and then we get it absolutely right for you. So you've got lots of little score lines here. So it's just about how you fold these up and making sure that they fold correctly. So this is why I have one that's already done, so I didn't have to worry about this.
See, just while you're doing that, can you see on these ones just there, can you see what this is where your adorable scoreable? So see where Anne-Marie's folded that and scored that. Can you see how you've got that glare from the light, but there is actually no actual creasing, cracking, anything coming. That is the special technology within that adorable scoreable. Let's just love it.
Okay, so then we're going to pop these 2 together. How did it go now? There we go. You've pulled it out of its shape. So they just go together like this to create that style of card.
Oh, wow.
So what you can then do, if you wanted to, you could just, you know, you maybe use one of these panels. You could cut another 2 and maybe make a larger card and attach them on the diamonds as well. So even though we've designed it to create this style of card, there isn't any sort of limitation to you to keep it like that as well.
And I suppose, like, although it's, you know, your deco style, you could be doing it with anything. It doesn't have to be just obviously the deco style.
Absolutely. So we'll just get this stuck together on here. So I'm just going to use some double-sided tape for this because it's just nice and quick. And I'm just going to line that up onto there.
Just in case you want to know as well, that adorable scoreable that Anne-Marie is using, there is a bundle on the website as well, so go on and have a look at that. I was using it myself the other day. So you've got an actual mix within that one. You've got core colours as well as some foiled ones as well.
Okay, so then on your die set, you get all of these beautiful panels, which will cut out this amazing sort of Art Deco detail. It's just gorgeous, isn't it? So I've just cut these out of Silver Mirror. I've put some double-sided adhesive on the back, and I've run it all through the die cutting machine in one go. So that's made that nice and sticky for us. It just saves having to put glue and things like that on it. So I'm just going to layer these up using our Picture Perfect pad. So this is the reverse. So if I turn this over, you'll see we've got, you know, sort of like the ladies on the back. But then we've got that beautiful sort of pattern on that side as well. So again, depending on what you want to do with the pad, you've got a lot of choice.
You do, don't you? And then you're not scared to actually use some of them because you've got multiple different sheets, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
You're not scared. So then you suppose, because you're doing the double-sided as well, you could use glitters and that all through them. You know, if you've got gilding flakes, anything like that.
It would look amazing.
Do you know what I would love to do with that one as well? Because I do have a lot of patience. Is paper piecing that one.
Yeah.
That would look stunning.
Yeah,
as
you
well.
have a lot more patience than I do. I always like the idea, and then I get halfway through, and I'm like, why have I started this?
Why have you started it? I know, it is one of those ideas. But and even then, is that one of, well, that'll be your mirror card, isn't it? That you're using
absolutely.
As
It's
well.
that beautiful silver. The Stunning Silver, I think, is official title of the mirror card. So it's just super reflective. You can see that shimmer and that shine on there.
That's exactly it. The shimmer, the shine, and then even if you pop it side by side some of the mirror card, you can see the difference completely against the mirror card.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's when it comes to the gold, I think it really comes into its own because it's such a beautiful gold. And quite often with the mirror card, the gold's a bit, you know,
it's not
a bit
gold.
brash, isn't it? Yeah, it's not quite as classy.
Yes. It's a brash yellow.
So
obviously, just to reiterate that Hunkydory are the only ones that have the Mirror brand when it comes to all their foil card.
Okay, so again, just layering up these little sections, and then these are going to sit onto our card blank here. So let's make sure that they're sort of sitting nicely. So all these pieces all come die cut, they all come on the die. I haven't had to cut anything out.
All done for you.
It's all done for us, so we can just attach those onto here.
So even the background layers are all done for you as well.
Yeah.
I suppose if you wanted it to be matching on the background, you could just trim them away, couldn't you?
You could,
yeah,
you absolutely could. So we can just layer these into here now.
And that green as well that you're using from the Adorable Scoreable bundle, you wouldn't necessarily think with Art Deco that, would you?
I know.
But it seems to be coming really well, the pinks and the silver.
Doesn't it?
It really does work. Works really well. I love that full colour coming along.
So let's just add all of these little sections in.
Fab.
To here.
So is it now? So obviously we've got Hunkydory. So we've got for Lover stamps.
Yeah.
We've got the Moonstone dies. We've got your Premier.
Premier Craft Tools.
Craft Tools.
We've got Prism, which is our sort of anything that we sort of add colour with. So ink pads, pens, that sort of thing. We have got our regular essentials, like our card blanks and stuff. No, that's not right. I keep putting one there.
It all brings it together, isn't it? When you have, because then is that way you're able to look at your ink pads where they'll maybe match some of your Adorable Scoreable or your pens and that thing. You can bring them all together.
We can bring things together. Yeah. So then we're going to get some more little bits and pieces here. So again, just a little bit of mirror card.
Can I even just show that, Andrew?
Of course you can.
That is just one of the images that come within that the pad there. Picture perfect pad. We've got the Art Deco one on that one. Look at that one. Love that one. Deco Wonder. So there we go.
It's beautiful.
So you don't need a lot, you know, and it's doing all that.
And you could
for you.
do a little bit of fussy cutting, maybe just cut around the flower on her hair, you know, just add that as an extra little detail. Maybe some sort of foil detail, some glitter detail on her dress there as well. It would look absolutely gorgeous.
Right, because you get these like the rubbable foils and that, don't you? So any of your glues or that you've got, you could do.
Yeah, definitely.
I suppose that's the thing with the Art Deco range. It kind of, it's shouting out for all the glitz, the glamour, even bits of sequins or anything like that. You can get away with doing all that sort of stuff. Absolutely.
That and I think Christmas, so the two occasions you can just throw everything at it, can't you?
If there's a time I'll throw anything and everything at a card, it's Christmas time, that is for sure. Absolutely.
Definitely. So we can just pop our lovely little lady on there, and then she's going to sit beautifully here, and then we're just going to cut out one of our sentiments. I think I was going to go with Just For You for this one. So I'll just pop that on there, and then...
So yet again, even that mat on the background has come from there, and it's just taken out these wee corners.
Just the little corners.
Just there. So you can see that. Just on that one there. Just say it at the top there. See how... I actually thought for a minute you'd gone and snipped them out, but the die does all that for you as well.
The die does that all, So we'll just run this through the machine. So we have to get the bigger one out for the big die. Now we've got a teeny tiny little die.
Tiny one. But then that's a good thing about your small dies on these ones here. You know, if you've got any of your small die, it doesn't just have to be ours either.
No.
It could be any of the small ones, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
That will fit.
So we'll pop this on. So we'll just pop this on with a little bit of foam.
Can I just say, just like myself, Anne-Marie is a foam pad user as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like your foam pads.
Yeah.
Yep. Love my foam pads, if you didn't already know.
Yeah.
If you know, you're maybe just watching today for the first time, because it's Hunkydory that is here. Obviously, my name is Craig Laird, and yeah, we love our foam pads, both myself and Anne-Marie.
They just add something extra, don't they? They really do. And then we'll just grab that little die there.
And you can snip them, you can make them smaller,
exactly.
you know, they're instant, so.
Definitely.
I'm loving
so
it,
just grab this die, and it is so super fine.
Oh wow, that all stays together.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? It's really beautiful.
I'm just going to show, just to Johnny.
Look how fine that is.
Look how, and that's it. It's fine, but you can really start. You know how you sometimes get some words that you're going to be honest. Sometimes
you can't
you're
figure
like,
out what to say.
You know, or maybe they're conjoined, and you're still like, can't work that out.
No, this is super fine. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue onto here, so we can just pick some of that glue up, because that's so fine. Again, you could put some double-sided adhesive on the back and run it all through the die cutting machine at the same time, but I was so indecisive, I didn't know which sentiment I was going to use, so we just left it until today, and there we go.
Absolutely love that. Perfect. Look at that. Look at that. So that's using obviously your pad, but then you've also got your die set that we're going to be showing you just shortly. But just goes to show as well how you've actually got that concept. Well, it's a concept card. But you're not having to do all that measuring or anything. It's all done for you. So remember, so that's all coming part of, well, certainly the images that we're actually using there is coming from the bundle, which you've got is your Deco Wonder bundle, where you're getting the toppers. Obviously, they're all foiled. You're getting the background card, but some of them as well are also foiled as well. You've got the paper pad, you've got the inserts as well. The inserts which you can foil onto it. You can print onto. You could actually, you could foil onto them if you wanted, but you can print onto them. You can stamp onto them. You know, you can do so many different things because they're uncoated as well with them, so you can ink them and all that as well. Yeah, love these ones. It's just so many different things. And then, you know, as always, you don't just have to use the insert as an insert. What's it they call it now? What's it the kids say? Is it an outsert?
An outsert. Yeah, use it as backing papers. I quite like envelopes, making envelopes, envelope liners. Make them really fancy.
You could do. And it just brings it all together, doesn't it?
Definitely.
So that full bundle we showed you just earlier on that Anne-Marie's been using. We'll come back to that later on, but it's $28.99 here in the UK. If you are in the United States, then it's $41.98, saving of 15%. So I want to know, get onto social media, we're going to be having a look just shortly. I want to know, obviously, you know, if you're a fan of Hunkydory, how long have you been a fan for Hunkydory? If you are new to Hunkydory, you know, what was it that, you know, did you see any of our posts on social media that's caught your attention? What was it about the Hunkydory that caught your attention? Was it obviously the collections that I've been sharing? You know, is it the detail, the decoupage that have been shared? I just want to know. I just want to know what it is about, you know, everyone that's brought them to watch Hunkydory today, if you've not already seen Hunkydory before. Okay, doke, so we're carrying on with the Picture Perfect on this one here. What one's this one we're going to be using?
This is from the Florals.
Okay,
and I just love this sort of artwork. I think it's so pretty with the sort of dandelion clocks and the sort of lacy background. We've got some butterflies in there as well. So we're going to make a little bit of a stepper style of card, and we're going to use these wonderful dies.
I was having a look at these the other day there. So what can you do?
They are amazing. If you turn them that way, you can read them because they're obviously back to front on the back.
So it's a bit like that wee sentiment you just used a minute ago, wasn't it? Where it's got the line along the bottom.
Yeah, so we've got some amazing finished samples that we'll be able to show you later where these are just sort of on the edge of the cards. You can snip them off the bottom and have them as separate words if you wanted to. You can do so much with them. We're just going to use one like on the top of the card, which is quite cool. So we're going to start with our base card. So I've got a piece of cardstock which is 10 by 6, and we're just going to give this a little score.
Fabulous.
Just get my little baby out. So
it's a small dinky one.
I know, isn't it? Yeah. Super cute, isn't it? So we're going to score at 4, and we're going to score at 8. So I'm just going to budge this up because my 8's just right in the corner.
Okay.
There we go, and then another inch there.
Excellent.
Okay, so we're creating sort of a 4-inch card by 6-inch, but then we're adding like a 1-inch step on the front, if you will. So when we fold that back down, it creates that sort of stepper style of card.
I love that.
Like this. Okay, it's just a great way of getting dimension in, especially with something that can be quite flat like paper.
Yeah.
It's easy for it to be quite one-dimensional.
Absolutely, yeah, because it's not something I tend to do a lot, is dimensional cards, you know, and sometimes you think some of them could be quite tricky, or they're hard to do, or hard to remember. That was quite simple with that one there.
Yeah, I love, you know, sort of stepper cards, things like that, because they do just add that extra sort of element to it. So we're going to cut our die first of all. So what would you like to go with? What do you think? We've got our florals.
We'll go for with love.
With love?
Yeah, do you think so?
Yeah. So you've got a couple of different fonts on here as well, which is nice. So we're going to pop this onto here. So I've already marked a little line, sort of where I want that to cut. And we'll just make sure that was straight then. I think I moved it.
And just to say as well, with Anne-Marie doing the die cutting when it comes to the Adorable Scoreable 350 GSM, you can see that that's been die cutting just perfectly.
Yeah.
Absolutely fine, no problem at all.
No.
So it is that heavier weight, but to me it's luxury. That's what that is. You know, you've got all those components, you know, where it doesn't crease or crack down the edges. And as you can see, it will die cut perfectly. And I do know the answer to this one, but I am just going to ask, you know, it will emboss as well, won't it? It will your embossing folders.
It will, and because it's a coated cardstock, you'll be able to sand it and reveal the white core. So you can get that sort of distressed effect. But then you can also, because you're taking the coating off, the white is sort of uncoated, so you could add your inks to that.
I've never thought of that before. Yeah,
so you can do quite a lot with it with your embossing folders. It's quite, and I think embossing folders are quite underrated. They are
100%.
You know,
yeah, totally agree with you. Absolutely.
They don't get the love that I think they should.
Not at all. No. Need that love for the embossing folder. What we're going to do.
So get these sticky onto here. So we've just pulled out colours from the cards, from the image there. So you can see we've got the lovely yellows, we've got that sort of, it's almost like a cornflower blue, isn't it? It's absolutely gorgeous.
Really, and you'll find as well with the collections of the Adorable Scoreable, you know, you've always coming out with different colours, different shades. And, you know, you've always got a reason. So you might come out within one collection, you'll maybe come out with a different shade of blue. Yeah. But there's always a reason why you've come out with that one. It's to complement, whether it's maybe the collection you brought out at that time, but you know that they're always going to complement that. So
definitely.
If I was to come along with the bundle of the Adorable Scoreable that's on today, with that boxes and boxes of Adorable Scoreable I've got back at my house, I know that any of these colours that are in there are going to coordinate with all the ones that I've got there. So it's just perfect.
Definitely. So beautiful die. I absolutely love how these work. I just think it is so cool. And then we're going to layer that then behind our yellow, so it just gives it that little sort of magical sort of look. It's like, oh, where's that sentiment coming from? You know, it's really cool, isn't it? So we can start putting that together on our card now. So I'm just going to bring that down so it just sits underneath there.
Excellent, yeah.
So we'll get this onto here.
So it just goes to show, you know, straight away you might think when you're looking at those dies, you know, it's like the border, it's the strip, you know, so you could be, you know, if you want to pop them round maybe an 8x8 scrapbook page, maybe a larger scrapbook page you could do, but then just seeing it in another way that Anne-Marie's using them.
Or maybe just even on like an actual photo would be really cute, you know, in the scrapbooks. Just sort of cutting it out the edge of a photo. I'm thinking, do you know, like when you've got the ones with like the Polaroid frames? Yeah, that would be really
coming
cute.
Back, aren't they? Yeah, they are coming back. Or again, I know I said it earlier on, but maybe like a box frame or that, and you can just have that, I suppose, like 3D to the front of it with the picture in the background or something.
Me and you are a big fan of a box frame, aren't we?
We like our box frames, don't we? Yeah. You see, I learnt from one of the best, so what can I say?
Yeah, we can always guarantee on the design team.
3D foam pads.
Yeah. Every time we got cards in from you on the design team, we'd know there'd be an amazing frame in there.
Always got to do a frame, don't we?
Definitely. So we're going to pop that in there. So when I'm putting things inside and I have like a score here, I always just make sure I put up to my score line, not on the score line when you're sticking anything, because that will then fold nicely. If you put it right on the score line, it just stops it folding in quite as well. So this image here is going to go straight onto the yellow. So we'll pop this on with a little bit of our wet glue.
So the one that Anne-Marie's using at the moment is part of the beautiful blooms. So you're actually getting the 3 of them. So you're getting the picture perfect. You're getting the little paws on these ones. Works out 3 for the price of 2 on these ones. You know, here in the UK, you're £19.99 for these ones. In the United States, you're £23.99 for yourself in Europe.
It's amazing value. I mean, that takes it to, it's like just over £6 a pound.
Yeah,
really, 66, is it?
You're getting all these multiple images, you know, the variety of different sizes, you know, you're getting some of the patterns as well.
Definitely, it's great value. Okay, so then this is going to go, so this is the bottom half of this image. If I just show you, you can see that's come off there.
Right,
so then we're going to stick that onto the blue first, and then we're going to stick that onto the yellow, and then that's going to go on that step. So it just sort of continues that image down for us. But we're just going to wrap a little bit of ribbon around here as well. So I'm going to cut this in half because I'm going to tie a little bow.
No problem.
So let's just cut it in half.
You notice as well, maybe something that Anne-Marie's doing as well, the matting and layering, you know, just saying, just saying. You know? It's like we're alike, isn't it? You know? Yes, I've just been told that they know where I've learnt all my tricks now. Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Taught him well.
You did indeed. Yeah.
Okay, so then we've just got that little sort of knot, and then we can just trim those tails down. So just get it so you're happy with it, and then just trim.
I've never thought of doing it that way before.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, when you just can't get it to sit quite right. So if you cut it into two and then do it, you can get that to wrap around there beautifully. So again, we'll pop some tape on the back of here.
So see how you went with the blues and the yellow on this one. What did you go for those colours? Was it, do you look at the colours within the images that are used?
So I always look at my image and I always think, well, obviously yellow's really strong in there. We could have also pulled out the green instead of the blue. We could have easily done that, but there's tiny little blue elements with the butterflies and the flowers in there, which just will make everything pop when we've got that blue brought in. So yeah, I'm always inspired by my image. If you're not very good at colour coordination, I think that's something that we do quite well at Hunkydory with our sort of bigger collections as well. Everything is sort of colour coordinated perfectly for you, so you don't have to think about it, and it takes that step out completely. Which for me just means I can get more time to craft, you know, I don't have to think quite as much. So I'll just trim a little bit of that.
And then
off.
actually, then that's a good point as well, because just to say, certainly when it comes from the Deco Wonder and for everyone in our hearts, if you go into the website, maybe if you don't want to go for the full bundle of that, we do have so many, not even just these two collections, we've got a lot of them within smaller bundles or even individual bundles as well, if you want to have a look and check them out.
Okay,
perfect.
So I'm going to add this onto our yellow. Hopefully that's going to sit just inside there, and then we can pop this onto our bottom step.
I think we're doing like whether it's a concept card, a stepper card as well. If maybe you're not necessarily a big fan of height, so whether it is 3D foam pads, glue gels or that, I suppose by doing it this way as well, this gives you the height without having to use all these different adhesives.
Absolutely, and obviously it'll fold flat for posting as well if you need to post your cards out. And then I just took some other little squares from our pad that I'm just going to again just layer up here. I'll just do this with the wet glue just to make it a little bit quicker, and we can again layer this onto the blue and then again onto our yellow, and I'm just going to add this, and I'm just going to sort of tuck it behind the ribbon on the first step, and because obviously we've not tied that ribbon down, we can just sort of place that in there.
That's actually a good thing to know, because I fall for that myself sometimes. I think, you know, you get that engrossed in what you're making, and I tend to stick my full ribbon down the full way. And then, you know, it's fine if that's the way you want it, but then if you sometimes come along later on and go, oh, I'm going to pop that bit there, and then think, wait a minute, I've already stuck that down.
No, that is something I don't ever actually do, is stick my ribbon down all the way. I always sort of leave it loose on the front of the card, because then you can sort of put things elsewhere if you want to. I have another one, but I don't think we need it actually. I think that
look really nice.
Is sort of enough on there. Let's turn that around so you can see. And you could again add dimension here because you're getting multiples of each of the sheets. If you want to fussy cut some of the butterflies out, for example, you could do that as well and just give it even more dimension.
You can do, so as you can see there, so within the one page that you've just used, so you've got that image just there, even that bottom one's a continuation, you said, wasn't it, from that one, and then just using one of the smaller ones. So just that bit of adorable scoreable, and then you've got your With Love die. So you've not used a lot, but still, look how cool that looks.
Yeah,
look
we've hardly used anything,
and then like
really.
You say, it just folds down flat as well. Absolutely.
Nice and easy.
Really is. And again, because it's adorable scoreable, you don't need to worry how many times it's going to open or close. You know that that's going to sit nicely. And it's going to sit, it's nice and sturdy, and it's going to sit on your table, your mantelpiece, anything like that. And you know that it's going to be there time and time again. Excellent. Okie doke. So what we could do is we can have a look at a few of these paper pads again that we've just shown you there, because obviously they're 3 for the price of 2. So I think what we could do is did we show the beautiful blooms now? And I can't remember.
We did look at that one. We looked through that one, didn't we?
We looked through that one, didn't we? So if we do the men's one,
this
let's
one's
go
a
to the
good
men's one. So apparently I'm always told every now and again we're hard to make for. Are we?
A little bit tricky.
A bit tricky.
I think because for ladies, you've got a lot more options in that you can just do flowers, you know, you could just do sort of something cute. And I think for men, it is just, there's not as much sort of go-to generic sort of imagery.
Yeah.
So yeah, having something like this in your stash is perfect because we've got so many different things covered in here. You know, we've got sort of the man cave, you know, the barbecue and the beers there in the garden, which is really cool. And then we also have something a lot more sort of sophisticated with our wine and cheese, bit of coffee. You know, I mean, who wouldn't like that? I'd like that.
I would as well. Yeah, see, because it just goes to as well. You know, certainly when it comes to guys, you know, we don't, as you know, I'm not a football fan. I'm not a golf fan. Do you know what I mean? So it's nice to get something completely different.
Definitely.
You know, within them, and then even can you even see the quality? I'm going to tip it this way because it's on like a shine. Look at that.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, isn't it?
At that. What GSM is it on? These
I want to say 140, but I'm just going to double check the cover. So that I'm not lying to you.
Yeah, no, but it's just even then, you know, it's still sturdy enough where you can be doing whether your decoupage designs or you're getting 4 of each on these. But even look at that bear, So yeah, it's called It's a Man's Life, but you know, a dad would love that, a granddad would love that. But then yeah, you know, compare it for your son, grandson, your granddaughter, daughter, anything like that.
Definitely.
Look at all these, and you know what I'm going to be like. I would just love to decoupage them. Everything in my life would be decoupaged if I can. That I really need to work on my flipping of the book set techniques.
Yeah, maybe you can take these home and practice.
Well, maybe there's a good idea. Yeah, will I do that? Yeah, you try to tell me something, Anne-Marie. There we go. Just do it so well. I love each other. Not in that way, but you know. There you go. So look at that one just there on that one there, running right along there. So yeah, for the teenagers, your rock stars on these ones there. Look at that. I love the colours as well.
Yeah, the colours are so cool, aren't they? And again, you know, that could be for a young girl that's maybe really into music.
Absolutely.
This one's fabulous. We have used this one at home. My son Joseph has made this for his gramps because his gramps lives in the shed and he's always making something. At the moment, it's like swords. That's what he's requested all the time.
Okay. Yeah.
It's for his gramps to make him a sword out of wood. So this is like perfect for him. So Joseph really enjoyed using this. So yeah, great for kids as well.
It really is. And then as well, you know, you might not necessarily instantly think of the 2 colours you just used with your last card, the blue and the yellow. You might not think necessarily for certain men's cards, but that would have worked with that design as well.
Yeah,
you know,
it really would.
Really would. There we go. This one. Oh, look at that one. I just want to get,
so cute,
there we go,
isn't
look
it?
at that. So there's all your multiple different designs on that one. So you've got your large one, which obviously would do whether it's an 8x8 or your A5 or that, all your smaller ones as well. If I just go to this next one.
How cool is that? Something completely different.
Completely different.
You know, you've got the fabulous plane there and the sort of motorbikes. And I love that, like some of the sort of tighter crops that we've done of the imagery there as well. So, you know, you can have the large image and then maybe have like a smaller image just at the side of it, or have that maybe on the back, on the reverse or something, you know, just to sort of finish the card off.
That's right, yeah. And because obviously you've got the biker there, you've seen that you've got the biker, you've got that close-up, you can overlap them, bring them together. You can do so many different ones. So what we're going to do is, we've got these ones that we've just shown you. We'll go over the other ones a wee bit later on, but these works out as 3 for the price of 2. So you're getting, so we can see on this one here, you've got your picture perfect pads, you've got your Man's Life, Little Paws, and Beautiful Blooms on these ones here. So there we go, $19.98 here in the UK. If you are in the United States, you are $27.99. Of course, if you are across in Europe, then just go across onto the website where all your prices in euros will be there for you as well. So just giving you a quick look at these ones just there. As you can see that one just there. There we go. So I'm just going to quickly bring these 2 just back in as well. So you're getting all 3 of them there. Works out 3 for the price of 2. There we go. Now here at Crafters Companion, if you're part of our Club Inspire, then the more you spend, the more points you earn, and that still includes things like Hunkydory products across on our website. So what to do is, if you've never heard about Club Inspire before and you want a wee bit more, here's our Sarah to tell you some more.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the Crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
There we go, so that was everything you needed to know about our Club Inspire here at Crafters Companion. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over a few things just shortly, just while Anne-Marie gets set up for our next demonstration. But let's go on to Facebook, see what you are all saying. So Diane Shaw is saying, love Hunkydory, with the big love. Then we've got Christine Mann is saying, Hunkydory is high quality products. The card sets are beautiful, absolutely. Tracy Sutton is saying, sitting here crafting away with Hunkydory. Tracy, I know that you're also a huge Hunkydory fan, like myself. Anne is not Anne, but Karine. There we go. So Karine is saying hello from France. Hello to you. We've got Butch is saying I'm watching. Hunkydory, simple base, loving the bases. We've got Marion is saying it was the colour palette on the Hunkydory collection on your Facebook that drew me in last night. So yeah, so what I'd been doing, I was really lucky to be able to take a few of these things away with me the last couple of nights and be able to have a wee play. So that's lovely of you to say, Marion, that it was seeing what I had posted that made you watch here today. Then we've also got Anne, so you're saying that you like the wine and cheese. That's obviously referring to the Picture Perfect booklet. Then we've also got Jane is saying, I have picked up a few Hunkydory magazines in the past. I am so impressed with the quality of the product. So absolutely, so it's not just obviously the products we are showing you today, or you might find out there at Hunkydory, you can see, but already by now, they're award winning, they've got their own lives, they've got their magazines, Bot magazine, everything like that. But we've got this really good selection here for you today that you're able to get on our website at crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on to the love of stamps for this one here. So I know that one of the girls that also designs one of or the stamp sets for the love of stamps is Stacey, and I was just told today that she's got someone that helps her as well now. But we have got these for a love of stamps on these ones. So these are a really nice small size, but what you can do is so much with them. So first of all, £24 here in the UK, $33.99 in the US, and then we're saving 20% on these ones. So we've got these ones here. So this is like your typewriter, as it's called on these ones there. So you've got your alphabet, you've got your numbers as well, you've got all your ampersands and that exactly the same. So good font type on that one. Then we've got on these ones here, so look at all these. You've got like the birds, we've got the branches, we've got the foliage on these ones as well. So they're really nice and small, but you can really start to build all your scenes on these ones. Just pop them onto acrylic block, anything like that, whether it's any of your ink pads out there, it could be Hunkydory's, it could be ours, it could be any that you've got in your own stash, we could be using them. What I'm actually going to do is let's turn it around that way, so it gives you an idea of the different things. So I'm just tipping that forward just so that that we can get rid of that glare. But we've got thinking of you, we've got made for you, we've got banners, we've got foliage, we've got leaves, we've got roses, etc, etc. Then we've got this one here. So this one has got your sentiments on it. So just a few. We've got congratulations, just for you, happy birthday, thank you, home sweet home, and so much more. So that gives you these ones. Then we've got these ones just here. So we've got this one. Now this is a good one for your backgrounds, your patch design backgrounds on these ones here. So what I'll do, if I turn them around to show you, you can see all the different designs. So it's like you've got your hashes, you've got your wee dots, you've got your stars, you've got your corners, all these different ones. And then if you like your plants, you like your flowers, we've got all these little pot plants. We've even just given you that top one there. It's like the wee shelf on there. So that's all part of Hunkydory's for the love of stamps. £24 in the UK or $33.99 in the United States. So what I'll go just do very quickly, just to give you a wee idea as to what could be made with these ones here. So look at these. So just building the scenes as well. Look at that. So just with that last set that I showed you just there. Now look at this one. So not a lot, but look how effective that is. Just a few of them just been stamped out, coloured out, and then just cut out and just onto that card there. Maybe you want to make it a bit bigger. So look at the difference in size, but look at that one. So we've just even created the background. I'm saying we, the royal we, but we've created that background just like that, then popped a few. So again, there's not a lot, but that looks really effective. You know how much of a big fan I am with the black as well. And then I'm just going to show you just this one. What about maybe just doing some of your own wrapping paper or anything like that? You can see there we go, just some of the brown wrapping paper and just stamped onto there. So there we go. So that's just some ideas of what can be made using the actual For Love of Stamps. So what we're going to do is I'm going to then go into this next one. So for Ever in Our Hearts, this is something that Anne-Marie is going to be showing us just shortly. So this is like another bundle, so a card collection bundle that we've just got here. So what we've got is, you can see just in a close-up just there, we've got the selection. So just like before, what we have got is we have got your die-cut toppers, we've got your background cards, we have got your inserts as well. We've even got your parchment. This is printed parchment on these ones here. You've even got your A5, it's like your craft pad. So what you're getting in these, you're getting images, you're getting background images, you're getting so much that just complements the full lot in this one here. So your toppers, you're getting 8 that are foiled and die cut. Now the actual toppers are 300 GSM, you're getting 2 of each. Then your background cards, you're getting 8 of the accent foiled, all foiled for you for the top quality, 350 GSM, 2 of each. And then you're getting 8 of your actual printed cardstock. So it's your printed cardstock, just without the foiling, and that's also 350 GSM, and you're getting 2 of these. So as you can see on these ones just here, what we're getting is we're actually getting all these different frames. They're all die cut for you. You just need to pop them out. You're getting all these individual frames as well. So Hunkydory have done the layering for you. So then what you can do is be using all these additional frames elsewhere. You maybe want to cut them up, add them into the corner. It's entirely up to yourself, including sentiments and that. We're even giving you some of these additional embellishments where these ones just to the back. We've got loads that you can actually just pop out. What I'm just going to do is, if I just bring you a selection of the actual die cut toppers, just to give you an idea as to what we created. And when it comes to Hunkydory, as always, if you don't already know, you will always get an inspiration guide on these ones here. So every collection that they do, you get an inspiration guide, and it even gives you some ideas of products that you could be using in conjunction, which these ones you'll actually find on Crafthouse today across on our website. So just very quickly, just a close-up of these die-cut toppers, because you're getting 2 of each. As you can just see there, look at that, the foiling, the reflection of the foiling. So you've got these ones, you've got the selections. This is the ones here, we've got small individual parts and components, so you can build like frames or foliage around the corners on these ones here. Then we've got, look at the frame on this one here, so we've got a good substantial size on this one here. But look, so we've got 1, we've got 2, we've got 3, we're all the way down. I'm not even going to go and do all the different counting, but we've got all these ones there. And then we've got this one as well. So don't forget, you're getting 2 of these in total. So that is your actual background cardstock, you're getting your foil cardstock, you're getting your toppers, you're getting your printed parchment. Didn't even have time to show you these ones. We've got our actual inserts that you can stamp onto, you can print onto, and then we're even giving you the A5 decoupage pad as well. Don't have to decoupage it, you know, you can use it just on one level, but the option is there for you. Right, okay, so now we're going to then go over onto the Moonstone die. So what I'm just going to do is, we've got the select collection just here at the side. So what we're going to find with these ones is these are a collection of dies, but then there's also coordinating stamps to go with it. So what we've got is, on this one here, we've got birthday. So what you're going to find is we've got all these individual stamps just along the bottom here as well that work with the die cut birthday. So you can have obviously happy, stamp happy, and then birthday, but you've got all these different ones, you know, to my, and then you can match them up, and then you can obviously die cut birthday if you want. You can use them separately together. It's entirely up to yourself. Then same lines on these ones here, we've got love. So just stamping out any of the different sentiments that you want. If I turn that around, so that gives you the idea. So you can see all these different stamps that you've got on these ones here. These are all part of Hunkydory's Moonstone die collection. So bringing this next one in, we've got hello. Now there's nothing stopping you from mixing the hello and the love and the birthday if you want. You know, they're all coming as one full set here. So you can be mixing and matching that you want if you want. Then I'm bringing in congratulations. So again, a good sizable die that runs down the side. So there, if I get there, we go. Then we've got all these different ones. So you've got you did it, you've got then well done, you've got best wishes, so many more that work in conjunction with the congratulations. Again, just quickly, if I turn that around to let you see the actual size of the die that runs all the way down. And then last but not least, we've got celebrate as well. Again, exactly the same concept. You could be using them on their own together. It's entirely up to yourself, but all part of Hunkydory's Moonstone die collection. $39.94 in the UK. Or if you are in the United States, $59.99. So I just want to show you just a few ideas that we've got on these ones just here coming up. So this, you could be doing it stamping, so you could be doing your heat embossing, but we've just done the thanks and die cut that out, and there's just the sentiment that we've just stamped out just along the bottom there. You know, if you've got maybe any of your background cards or your background dies, you could just be doing the shadow effect. Nothing stopped me from doing the shadow effect. We've got hello, just the stamped image just there. Again, then we've got love. Now look at love. So love's been die cut, and then just some of the chosen words on the background has been just stamped out multiple times to create their own background. So don't forget, you know, whether it's the stamps, whether it's the dies, you can still be creating backgrounds when it comes to Hunkydory stamps and dies. It's entirely up to yourself. The fun is in your hands. Once you've got the products at home, you can be doing whatever you like with them. So, right, what we're going to do is, I think Anne-Marie's going to be ready in a moment. I believe she is ready right now. So she's going to be working on something that is absolutely stunning. I can't wait for you to see it, and I'll be joining you just in a second. Over to you, Anne-Marie.
Hi, so we're going to be using that beautiful Forever in Our Hearts collection, and it is absolutely stunning. The colour palette is just incredible for such an occasion which is so difficult to cater for, because you know it is a very difficult time if you've got sympathy cards to make, and sometimes you can't get the words out quite right. So this collection just covers all of that for you. We've got a beautiful colour palette of sort of soft greys and pinks and sort of sage greens in there, as well as that beautiful sort of ivory shade, all with silver foiling. So it's very, very elegant, very stylish, and there's some beautiful sentiments in here that are just going to cover that occasion for you without you having to worry about it too much. So we're going to make a easel card with this one. So I've got an A5 card blank that I've just scored the front of in half so that we can create that easel sort of finish. So it will just fold up for you nice and easily like that, and then we can just go ahead and decorate this. So nice and simple to start with. So we do the inside first of all. So we've got some silver mirror, and we've got some of the beautiful printed adorable scoreable that comes within the collection. So we'll just do a little bit of matting and layering here to get the inside decorated. So just pop our tape onto the back of here, and then we can just add this to that silver mirror. So just using the silver mirror obviously because it ties in so beautifully with that silver foiling throughout the collection. And the pattern on there is so, so delicate. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's like a really beautiful geometric print. And that's just going to sit on the inside of our easel like this.
Absolutely, as you just said, love the colour tones within this one. The one word that obviously came to my mind the other day was subtle, as you just said. It really is such subtle colours. And, you know, we don't like making these sorts of cards, but, you know, we do have to, you know, we want to let people know we're thinking of you.
Absolutely.
But it's one of these occasion, I'm saying occasion, I know it's not an occasion, but it's one of these situations where you don't want to have it, your card, it's bold, it's in your face, you've got gems, you've got you don't want anything that's really in your
It's
face.
too
You
much,
want it exactly. You're wanting it subtle and that. And this collection absolutely does it to a T.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
So that's our inside sort of covered there. And then I've got some of the cardstock, which I've just trimmed down, and it's actually the edge of this. It's the sort of the other side of this that would be, as it's a full A4, and it's just got those beautiful lilies down the sides, you know, little ladybirds in there. It's just really, really sweet, and it's just such beautiful imagery. It really is stunning.
Perfect. What's good as well when it comes to, because obviously your background card, your adorable scoreable is A4.
Yeah.
So a lot of crafters out there like their 8x8.
Yeah.
So if you use it for your 8x8, you know, you're that, I wouldn't say off cut, but it's big enough to do like a DL card,
Yeah,
isn't it?
definitely.
You know, you're able to do that as well. So I know sometimes people will think, you know, I don't know what to do. If they like their big cards, not necessarily doing smaller cards, if they've got that off cut, you know, then try making it into a DL card.
Yeah, absolutely. So then we can just pop this on the front section. So when I'm making easel cards like this, I always treat this section as the back of my card. Okay. So that is where I would put my insert, because I feel like when you know, this is going to go on the front, that's going to be all nice and decorated. Right. The inside's all decorated, and when that's up on display, you sort of have to lift it up to see who it's from. Whereas if your insert's on the reverse, you can still write your message on there, and it just keeps it in a, you know, you're not having to mess around with the card too much. So I'm going to pop this panel on the front of here, just budge that up a bit. It's not quite where I want it.
And there's nothing stopping you as well, if you've got any of the designs on the background card, the adorable scoreable, there's nothing stopping you from chopping them up and creating your own wee toppers.
Absolutely.
So that's, you know, I know it's obviously forever in our hearts, and it's about thinking of people and that, you know, but there's nothing stopping you from changing it around. You know, you could be using it in a celebratory way, you know, with the flowers and that.
Definitely.
You know, it's entirely up to yourself. It's just, I know, you know, everyone at Hunkydory, they like to give something for I keep saying situations, you know, where you have to give cards or that, you know, and you're thinking about what's needed, and that's exactly what's done with this collection.
Definitely. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use some of this beautiful foil card. So this is the same pattern that's on the printed cardstock. So that's, again, something else that I think we do really well at Hunkydory. We coordinate the patterns as well. And even though we'll sometimes use several different patterns within a collection, they still work together.
Can I just show that close up, just to show what you mean? Hopefully we'll see that. So it's the same pattern, but obviously we've got one that's foiled, and then this background is, again, very subtle.
It is, isn't it?
But the design is there, the pattern is there, so we're giving you the option for that. Look at that, love it.
It is beautiful, and this particular cardstock, I think you could probably get away with using that for Christmas as well. They look a little bit snowflakey
like
with the right toppers.
Yeah. Even popping with gems or something into the middle.
In the little middles. Yeah, definitely.
Or if you've managed to get your the Moonstone dies that we just showed you, the sentiments, just maybe a square of that with the sentiment.
Yeah, that would be beautiful. So I'm adding the foiled and die cut frame onto there, and then I'm just going to trim around the edges of here. So just go all the way around. So I'm just going to snip the rest of the card off, so it's just a bit easier to get that round that bend.
It's a good way of showing how you can use these small frames, because I know sometimes some people struggle with, you know, although it's a good sizable frame, because it's a thin one, you don't always necessarily know how to use it.
Definitely. This is something that I always like to do with, you could use an insert in there, you know, something that's not quite as strong as the foil card, but then what we're going to do is add that into there, so it doesn't actually, you don't see that much of it. It's quite a minimal sort of amount of the foil there. So again, we'll just pop this on with a few foam pads. I'm just going to trim my little pips off because I'm a little bit fussy. I just have to trim the little pips off. They have a job, they have to be there, but
they have to be. That's exactly it. So just in case you're just wondering, are new to Anne-Marie and the team at Hunkydory. So obviously all the images are die cut, so they're cut there for you. All you need to do is pop them out. But they are, some people call them little tabs, little pips, anything like that. It's just a wee bit of cardstock that just holds the images in. So what you want to do is, if you pop them out, you might be left with a small wee bit. We tend to use our scissors and snip them off. Some people maybe use a nail file or something. It's entirely up to yourself, but yeah, you can just do that as well. You don't have to if you don't want to, but you know, it just acts that wee bit luxury.
I just won't be able to sleep tonight if I don't cut them off.
I'd probably lose sleep as well. So what to do is just, while Anne-Marie's just carrying on, that's just to say thank you so much. If you just joined us, then it is Friday. It's our second edition of Crafthouse here at Crafters Companion, and we've got none other than my favourite craft company out there is Hunkydory Crafts. So we've got collections here, we've got bundles, we've got the cardstock with toppers, we've got dies on the show as well today. We've got a big selection of Hunkydory products. It's all about inviting our friends from the craft industry and bring them into our house for you to see. Certainly, Hunkydory are huge here in the UK, and there is a good fan base in the United States of America, but there is many of you that didn't know about Hunkydory, have not heard of Hunkydory, and you're intrigued to see what it was all about today. So we welcome you. Thank you so much for joining us. Certainly, I was reading some of the comments in there, and the love, not surprised, the love from the UK is just incredible.
Yeah.
And so many new viewers for Hunkydory from the US of A. Even a few from Europe are just saying they absolutely love the foilings. A lot of the things that mainly people are picking up on is that foiling.
Definitely.
But just the images, the range, the versatility as well.
Okay, so I'm going to add this onto here. So because we're getting two of everything in here, it gives us the opportunity again to do that little bit of fussy cutting. So I'm going to I've just cut out that beautiful cross there, and this could be, if you weren't using the whole top and you were just using the cross, it could be a confirmation, it could be a christening card, it could maybe be even like a wedding card or something like that. It's just a really beautiful sort of filigree design there. It's gorgeous with that beautiful soft grey.
And as you've just done there, don't be scared to cut down your toppers. You've given them the shapes and that, or you die cut, but make them smaller, cut into them,
make them work for you.
All these different things. I've just been told in my ears a number of comments in there. Someone's just popped up saying Anne-Marie is very, very talented.
Oh,
she absolutely 100 is. I'm not going to say that, but thank you very much. Yes, Anne-Marie really is. Just to reiterate again, it is down to Anne-Marie that's enabled me to get where I am today, to certainly be seen and get here at Crafters Companion. The opportunities you gave me on the design team, yourself, and there's Anne, and obviously there's Dan as well, Adam, giving me the opportunities on the design team, and to be able to see in your magazines.
Yeah, well, it's lovely to see how much you've sort of grown as well. It's wonderful. It is. So we've added that topper onto there. We're going to add another one here, which has got a little bit more of a lengthy sentiment on. Again, another thing that this kit has done so well is it gets those words out for you. It can be, like you say, a tricky situation, but to be able to have something that will get what you want to say across so well.
Because you want to give something, you want to say something, it's just that, not knowing.
Exactly. Also what you get in your collection is this sheet of sort of elements, and these are probably one of my favourite parts of the kit because we can just pop all these bits and pieces out. So these are a little bit trickier to sort of push out because they're obviously more detailed, but you can just push out all of the elements that you want to here. So I'm just going to push out some of these lilies.
It's something like this that shows where Hunkydory excel with the die cut, and because obviously you've got that topper sheet there, but as many will be familiar, you've got your decoupage, you've got your decollage, you've got all these collections just there that make decoupage just incredible. And you're kind of doing that with these ones here, but you're just kind of making your design, you're just bringing it up.
You can just create your own sort of floral display here. So we can just push out some of these elements and sort of put these together. So let's have a little look at how this is going to sit first of all, because we don't want to sort of take over too much. We might not need that one. Let's maybe go for two of these.
So with it being adorable, scoreable, can you still bend? Can you bend it, manipulate it?
We certainly can, and we can pop some of the leaves in there. And I think we'd probably be all right with just those two. I'm just wondering if we've got maybe a little rose that could maybe sit in the middle. Might be quite nice. So yeah, what we can do then is we can still shape these. So if I just grab one of my embossing tools, is you can just give this a lovely little shape. Maybe you've got an embossing mat or a foam mat. You can obviously just give them that little bit of shape. And again, the Adorable Scoreable will hold that shape as well. So it's not gonna crack. You're not gonna lose that curve. You can see you've just got that little bit of the dimension there, and that's just going to help add, especially when you come to these sort of ones that are a little bit more spiky is not the right word, is it? But a little bit more pointy.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
They just give you that extra sort of dimension and shape there. with our lilies.
And then I'm also just going to say, just while you're doing that, Anne-Marie, when you look at this sheet that Anne-Marie was just using a minute ago, look at that. So they use every possible space that absolutely can. By the positioning of the flowers, you can see that if they've got a flower that it can pop in, they have done. It could be a sentiment even. You know, you really do. You do you cram pack them full, don't you?
It's a bit of a pet hate of mine if there's space on a sheet.
Yeah. But then, you know, obviously that's a waste for you guys as well.
Yeah,
Why have that space if you can't use it? You know, you might even have some parts around the sides, but you could be using them as borders if you've got your punches or anything like that.
Definitely. So we can just pop those onto here. So I'm going to just put a double layer of foam pads underneath our rows there, so we can really sort of lift that up. So just creating our own little display of flowers, and then again we'll just add a little bit of the wet glue.
I'm loving how this is coming together.
And then you can just sort of slide those leaves in there as well. So the only thing we need to do now is sort of prop this easel up. So I'll just pop that.
And just to show as well, sometimes you might think, obviously I was saying, you know, with a sympathy card, anything like that, you want to tell someone you're thinking of them. You might still initially think a concept card or a bigger pop-out card is maybe a bit too much, but you know, you're doing a stepper card and it's not too much at all.
It's it's still very subtle, isn't it? You know, we haven't got all sorts of layers and things going on, but you could equally keep this so simple with just a little bit of cream cardstock. You really could. So again, this is a continuation, so I've trimmed this off so that my border is going to sit and it's going to just sort of marry up with the artwork there. So again, just because it's going to create that step, we'll pop that on with some foam pads. So I'll just give these a little trim.
Now, of course, although both myself and Anne-Marie are saying, you know, you're using a 3D foam pad, you can use your glue gels. Of course, you just need to just wait that wee bit longer for it to dry. You're maybe just not quite confident enough to get it kind of straight on. There is ways, you know, if you've got any of your glue sticks or your glues or that, you can pop a wee bit.
A glue stick as well. So if you're using your foam pads, you can just glue stick onto here so that it will give you that sort of wiggle room. So glue stick onto your foam pads, and then you can sort of get this.
I just got in my it's purple.
It is, yes.
Never seen a purple glue stick before.
That's what our lovely Sheila did when she first used it. I was like, Sheila, look at this glue stick. She was like, oh, it's purple.
But I don't know if you just noticed there, as Anne-Marie popped that down, she actually moved it with her hand into position because you put the glue on.
We've still got quite a bit of wiggle room there that you can see, which you wouldn't get just with foam pads or double-sided tape. But it gives you a bit more of an instant stick than a glue gel would. So it's just options, whatever's going to work for you, what you're used to, what you find works best.
If you were to see any, I know it's a glue stick and it was to see out of that, does it dry clear or is it purple?
It does dry clear, yeah. I was saying earlier to Dan, me and Joseph have used those glue sticks at home for all sorts of crafting because he's really into it. So we do use it for everything.
He's getting some size now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's definitely growing up fast. Okay, so that would be our card. I do have an insert that we can just pop on the back, so I'll just grab this. Because this is an A5, this will fit sort of perfectly onto the back of there. So I'll just, I'm going to stick that on and then trim it down. A little bit of a lazy way of doing it.
So I am going to be going over everything just shortly, but you do get the inserts in with the main bundle. The Forever in Our Hearts is a selection of products that you can get individually if you want. Just go across onto the website.
So I'm going to make this probably difficult for myself because I want the lilies at the bottom as well. So we'll do that. And then I will get my scissors. Like I say, if I can make it difficult, I will.
Anyone can do it, you can do it. Look at that.
It's getting underneath there. We got it. There we go. A little bit wibbly, but we can get away with that, I think. So you've got that matching insert on the back of there, which just gives you that opportunity to write your message. And then you've got that beautiful design on the front there as well.
Look at that. Oh, look at that.
Such
so that's
a stunning
just done
collection.
from, it really is. It really is. You know, it's the colourways, you know, it's not overpowering, it's not in your face, but just the way that the colours are all subtle, they really are, works well together. So there we go. So that was part of your Forever in Your Hearts collection. So you can see that full collection on your screen at the moment, $26.96 here in the UK. If you are in the United States, it's $37.99. It's a saving of 30%. If you are in Europe, then you can, of course, go onto the website and see all your your prices in euros. If you're watching on Facebook, thank you so much for joining us. If you're watching from YouTube, thank you so much for joining us. Of course, if you are watching from our website on Crafters TV, thank you for watching. You, of course, can be watching while you shop exactly the same time. You could be taking advantage of the deals, and if you are part of Club Inspire, don't forget when it comes to Hunkydory's products today on Crafthouse, you can still be earning your points while you're purchasing Hunkydory. Fantastic. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over the For Love Us stamps. So we showed you them earlier on. So what we're going to do is they're just going to come up just onto your screen there just in a moment. So there we go, up there for you now. £24 here in the UK, $33.99 in the United States. That's a saving of 20%. So this is where I showed you briefly earlier on the different ones that you get within the bundles, of course. But what we're going to do is Anne-Marie's going to be showing you how you could be using them in different ways, of course. I was really surprised when I seen them seen the samples, because they do look small.
Yeah.
But just don't obviously you automatically think maybe small cards of that. But you know, you've seen that one that I showed you where I created the background on them using the stamps.
Definitely,
well.
like the wrapping paper, things like that.
Absolutely, yeah, you can do.
Okay, so what we're going to do with these is we're going to use them on the craft card, just for, it gives it a little bit more of a sort of rustic finish.
Yeah.
So we have got the little, I can't remember the names of these, but the ones with little birds on.
So cute.
We're going to use that one, and we're going to use the little flowers on here. Now, because these are, like you say, quite teeny tiny stamps, when I was using these, I got a little bit bored of taking them off the block, off the block. And I've got quite warm hands, so these will stick to my fingers.
Oh, really?
So we can just do like little finger stamps. So instead of using your clear blocks, you can just do this instead. So I've got the two different sizes here, and they are perfectly sized, all of the little stamps, to work with the ombre ink pads, which are available on your website. So they just come with three different colours of three different shades of a colour. Okay, so we've got the reds, we've got the oranges, and we've got the yellows. So we can just add these little flowers in, mix up the colours.
I've just been told.
It is a little bit, isn't it? Yeah, a little bit retro kitchen. It's really cute. So you can just go in there, and because we are using very similar shades, I'm not bothering to clean my stamps in between, because you know, you're not going to get much sort of cross-contamination here.
To be honest, I don't usually do it anyway. I know I probably should, but
I know, I'm one of those people as well. I don't do it. Life's too short to clean stamps.
Absolutely. Of course it is. Of course it is.
So we can just go around here, just adding in all of these sort of little florals. And you can see how quickly these cards can come together as well.
Yeah.
So I'm just going around the edges because we're going to add a lovely sentiment into the middle as well. But it's really, really quick and simple to sort of just add that design. Let's get
prime example is what I was on about when I was saying, you know, create your own backgrounds as well. Anne-Marie, I was asking you earlier on, obviously I mentioned Stacey, who designs a lot of stamps, but you're telling me there's someone else that helps her now and does them.
That's Harriet. So Harriet actually designed these ones.
Right.
Harriet's been with us for a little while now, actually, and she's fantastic. She's very much on sort of our wavelength with design and, you know, things like that. She's done some amazing products. She's actually designed the Art Deco dies as well that we've looked at just before, like the concept card die. She did the Picture Perfect dies too. So, yeah, she's getting more used to the sort of products of the craft industry, because I think that's the hard bit, isn't it, adjusting to our industry, because if you don't know it, it's very tricky to sort of get into. Yeah,
it really is. Absolutely.
So that's our little background there. So when I pop this panel on there, you can see we only really see that sort of outer edge. And then onto here, make sure I get my larger one. I'm going to ink up the edges of this, and I'm just going to go with the sort of dark shade of the orange here, just to give this a real definitive sort of edge here. So just direct to my cardstock to get that really intense colour.
Excellent. So like Anne-Marie just said with the ink pads, if there's anything that you see her using, you know, do check out our website. It could be across there. I know these ink pads are there anyway for you today as well. Just go across to our website, .co.uk, .com or .eu, go into Crafthouse, click onto that, and everything Hunkydory related that we're showing you today will be there, even if it's something we've not even had time to show you. All there.
Okay, so that's just going to sit in the middle. So again, you can see how that's sort of coming together. It's not too intense there. So I'm going to add my sentiment into the middle of here.
You don't see, I'm actually standing here with my jaw open, And it's another way of doing your matting and layering if you don't have the cards or that.
Yeah.
To make it, I've never thought
Have
of
you
doing
not?
that. I've never thought of doing my own colours.
If you've not got the right shade of cardstock, you just do it with your inks. Yeah, or your pens, like your alcohol
See, all these years later, and I'm still learning. I'm still learning. Yeah, never thought of that. Never thought of that.
So then I'm going to use these ink pads onto here. So because they are an ombre, you're going to get that ombre effect when you're using it on here, especially on something that's a little bit of a larger stamp. So I'm using the red and the orange. And hopefully that will give us that fabulous sort of ombre effect. So just line that up on there and give that a good press down.
And don't be scared to try your different colours of backgrounds, because you maybe initially would have thought, obviously oranges and craft cards go well together.
Yeah.
But if you were to stamp them, you might think, maybe they won't. Well, it works well together, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So we say it's only a bit of cardstock, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. Doesn't matter, does it? You know, at the end of the day, you know, it's all about learning and trying and new things, isn't it? So all of these stamps are designed so that they'll fit within one section of these ink pads.
Right.
Okay, so if you just wanted to pick up one colour, you can do. So this one is one of the, it's almost like just like a paint splat. And I love this because you can tile it.
So smart.
Isn't it cool? So you can tile this, and it doesn't matter if, you know, you don't get them exactly where you want them to be, because it's a really sort of random little stamp. You can't even tell. You wouldn't even look at that and think, oh, that's...
From my angle, it's coming across as though it's actually just been like one complete stamp. You would think it's an individual one. You
really, really wouldn't, would you? And then see how quick it is as well, just doing this. And I'm not getting them absolutely perfect. I'm overlapping in places, but you can't tell because of the style of the stamp. So if you're maybe new to stamping, you're not quite confident, these might be a really good, you know, buy for you to just sort of dip your toes in and not get, you know, too bogged down with how it looks and, you know, everything being precise. Because if they don't stamp quite right with this sort of stamp, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter at all.
Absolutely doesn't
Not
matter.
at all.
So then we can pop this onto here, and then the whole thing will just go on a little craft card blank. Yeah. So let's start sticking.
Loving this. Loving it.
Love using craft
So it's been
card.
a good selection that we've had on today. Obviously we've had, certainly where it is literally where I started, was your paper craft collections all these years ago, and certainly the different products that we've got now in your ranges at Hunkydory of all these different ones. You've got your Love of Stamps as well, which obviously was around when I was on the design team, but check out the website for all these different things that Anne-Marie's using.
Okay.
Okay, doke. So actually, do you know what? Let's have a look and see what else everyone is saying.
Oh yeah, that would be lovely.
Let's see what everyone is saying. Christine Mann in the big capitals has just put this, and then has put is great. Katie is saying unbelievably beautiful card. It really is. Another Christine is saying beautiful card. Jeffrey is saying Anne-Marie is. Well, I'm not going to read that, but yes, she is very talented indeed. Thank you very much, Jeffrey. I appreciate that one. Jeffrey is saying outstanding products.
Thank you.
Really are. We've got Debbie saying hello from South Florida. We've got Eric from South Bay. We've got we're literally all over the place, and we've got
amazing.
Marion is saying they love the different colour palette within the ink pads that you've got.
They are so
in there.
cool, aren't they?
Something so different.
Yeah.
Just goes to show that there's 3 different colours, or obviously the same family, but 3 different shades. You can use them all on one, or certainly when it comes for these sets of For the Love of Stamps, you know, you can do them individually on individual colours.
Definitely. So there you go. You can see that beautiful card there. It's just gorgeous, isn't it? I mean, you could do that in sort of one tone. You could do it in maybe just sort of a brown shade if you wanted to. There is a brown one. You could do it like with purples and pinks as well. It'll give you a completely different look.
Completely, yeah.
But the same sort of idea. So if you're maybe thinking about making little notelet sets, that sort of thing, then it would be fabulous for that.
And I suppose because it's stamping, it's one of those you could follow the same design, you know, if you were to do 2 or 3 like notelets or something. Yeah. But they're still going to be different every time. Yeah. Because you can't stamp in exactly the same place every single time, can you?
No, definitely not.
No, not at all. So there we go. So what we've got, as you can see with on your screen just at the side there, is the For Love of Stamps. So you've got the full bundles there. We've got £24 here in the UK, $33.99 in the US. It's a saving of 20%. So that full bundle that I showed you earlier on, you're getting them all on these ones there. You know, it ranges from the distressed typewriter on these ones. You've got the actual birds on these ones. You've got the potty about plants. There really is a good selection. That potty about plants is a good one, isn't it? So I think it's about 6 in total that we've got within in that one there. And obviously mix and match them.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely, you can do. So that is for the Love Us stamps, that full bundle there. It's a saving of 20%. You just go across to our website, .co.uk.com or .eu. Excellent. Rightio. Well, will we just carry on, Anne-Marie?
Yeah.
Are you okay? We'll just carry on. Well, let's just carry on.
Let's do it.
Excellent. So this one, so we're using the Moonstone dies. So is this the ones that I was showing earlier?
Yeah, so this is the sort of sets that come with the die and then all of the different words. And these were something that I really wanted us to do because I think it's nice that you can have that big, bold sort of statement and then you can then put any of these words in any combination that you want to go alongside this. And obviously if you get the whole bundle, you can mix and match across all the sets as well.
The fonts are the same, aren't they? In each one.
You've got 2 different fonts running throughout.
Right,
yeah. It might be 3 actually now I've said that. But you can, you could have happy birthday, you could have happy birthday, have a brilliant day, happy birthday, it's your day to celebrate. You can put so many different things on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to first of all cut out our birthday. So I put 2 different colours in here because I couldn't decide. Again, I was feeling very indecisive.
Indecisive.
Yeah. So I think we'll go with, because I'm going to use it with our pearls. So I think I'm going to go with the sort of pastel shade, the really pale one. So let's get this running through the machine. Look at the mess I'm making over here, Craig.
It's just like me. Somewhere else that I've learned this from.
Absolute carnage. So,
although you are a bit like me in that way that it gets too much, doesn't it? Sometimes, and we're like, we need to tidy it now. We need to get it sorted.
Step back, have a tidy. Let's have a little tidy while that's running through there.
Once again, adorable stores while we're die cutting that as well. Going to go through. I can see it's going through perfectly. I know it's going to go through perfectly. You'll see that just in a moment as that comes out. As Anne-Marie says, a good sizable die within this one.
It is, really it is a beautiful die.
And you could be using the negative as well, maybe like as a stencil or something like that. You could be doing these.
You absolutely could. So I'll just grab that and then I'm going to run it back through because we need the, let me get the dot off my eye and put that somewhere safe.
Put them all out.
Let's put it up there. Remind me when I'm looking for that after.
You have to wait to remind you. Wait and see.
I might remember though because I've told somebody.
Is that the key?
That usually works for me. So then we'll pop that back in with the silver as well. Then we can do that sort of shadow effects. You're a very good die cutting machine monitor.
Oh, thank you. Practice, yeah. Got to do something, don't I? Make myself useful.
Okay, so let's get some of our adhesive on here.
And then actually, just while you're talking about the die cutting, when it comes to these die sentiments that we've got here, again, just doesn't have to be our die cut machine, but if you've got any of your smaller ones out there, it could be your really small ones, So, for an example, I'm going to use our mini, but it doesn't have to be our one specifically. As long as it goes through your wafer thin dies, then it will go through them perfectly because of the size of them.
Okay, so I'm going to just pop a little bit of, I've not picked up enough there, I'm being like,
oh my word, that's something else that I've just learned. I've never thought about using my pokey tool.
To pick up a bit of glue?
Yeah.
So I'll just pop a little bit of glue on there, just pick up a bit with our pokey tool and dot it on there.
Yeah. Look at that.
And then you'll still have a bit of adhesive on there so you can actually
just to
pick
remind
up
you
your dot.
There.
Thanks Craig.
Thank you. You're welcome. Anytime.
And then just wipe that off there so that you can just move it into place.
Could have been worse. Could have forgotten. I would have sent you a message tomorrow going, by the way,
I found it.
That dot
just
is
found
still
your little,
on.
I just found your little dot. Okay, and then we get the silver one and then we can just pop this over the top as well. So again, let's just pop a little bit more on just because it's drying up quite quickly with the lights and everything. So again, this is personal preference how you like to stick your sort of skinnier dies on.
It could be obviously your wet glues, if you've got any of your tapes, if you've got any sprays, if you've got any dotty adhesives, anything like that.
So then we can just pop this onto here and then just move that into place so it just gives you that little drop shadow.
I'm such a big fan of the drop shadows.
Too.
I do it quite a lot.
There's one of the cards in the that I brought with me that's got the drop shadow with like rainbow colours. And it looks amazing. It's so cool. And then again, we'll just get a little bit. Let's see if we've got. I think that's probably enough there to get some on.
I love that.
Our dots.
I love that.
Oh, it's a bit sticky still. A bit sticky. Oh, I'm getting my.
Got there.
There we go. and then we can just pop that on there as well. So we've got our birthday. And then we, again, you know, like I said, we've got a number of different sentiments we can put in here. We can put happy birthday, you know, we've got celebrating style, it's party time. Don't know, I think should we go celebrating style or it's party time? What do you think? Have a brilliant day.
It's party time, it's Christmas time, so
yeah.
let's go, it's party time.
Party time.
Not that I'm a party animal.
Yeah, that's not what I've heard.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's getting to that time of the year.
Have these guys experienced you at a party yet?
No. We'll word it that way, but no, they've not experienced me party time yet. Nope. You have.
Yeah.
Because I'll have a Hunkydory.
Good luck, everybody.
Yeah. But no, Christmas season, so yeah, we could be doing it at party time. Yeah. It's going to be fun.
So then we can just add on some of these pearls just to give that sort of look of, you know, a little bit glam. Oops.
So these are obviously your pearls.
Yeah.
Can you, if you've got any of your alcohol inks, because although they're still pastel, can you still colour them?
Yes,
yeah?
You absolutely can, yeah. There we go. So we'll go with the larger ones, and then we can go with one of the other shades with our darker ones as well, with some of the
Can't believe I'm
ones.
actually waiting to say this to Anne-Marie, but you know, you've not done a lot to this one.
Nope.
But look how really funky that looks. Just with your die cut sentiment, your re-stamped sentiment, and then just got your pearls on top.
Yeah, this is the beauty
of
of this sort of combination of the stamps and the dies, is that you don't have to do a lot. I love a clean and simple card as much as I love a super fussy card. And these just give you options. If you don't have the time to, you know, really put, you know, the effort into something a lot more elaborate, then this is just perfect. Now I have under here some white ones as well. There we go. So we'll just put a couple of the smaller white ones in just to fill some of the space.
So again, have you just picked out your adorable scoreable colours and worked that way, and then brought your pearls in?
Yeah, I've done it that way. Oh, obviously, just make sure that your gemstones are going to work. You know, it might not be pearls. It might be that you've got more, you know, the actual sort of sparkly gemstones. But yeah, if you've not got the colours that match, if you've got just white ones or clear sort of gemstones, you can always colour those with your alcohol pens to make them match. And again, if you don't have the cardstock that you want, you could colour the cardstock in with your pens or your inks as well. Yeah,
it's something I've actually started to be doing bits of late, then colouring my own cardstock and then die cutting.
Yeah. Oops.
And Laura, who's producing today, is loving your nails, Anne-Marie.
Oh, thank you. I had my last show at Crate and Craft the other day on Wednesday, so when I got home I was like, right, funky nails. And then I was like, last night I was like, oh no, I'd forgot about this today.
How could you forget? I've been badgering you for ages.
Forgot about it, it's probably not the right word.
Social media, poor Hunkydory social media pages.
It's fine. This is, my mum was hilarious last night. She was like, who is this? Who is this person and what are you doing tomorrow?
Oh, could you imagine?
It was very funny. There we go.
That. So smart. Look at that.
It looks fabulous, doesn't it?
It does.
It's such a cool effect.
It really does.
Really, really easily. And, you know, that doesn't have to be gemstones. That could maybe be sort of splats with your inks or something, you know, your sprays and things like that. Keep it really simple that way. But there's loads and loads of different ways you can achieve that. Yeah, so that die cut sentiment and then obviously all your different stamps that you've got there. I'm just going to lean over, Anne-Marie, because we've just got some finished samples just perfect from these ones here. Now this one caught my eye earlier on, but didn't manage to pick up. It's a bit like a shaker card, It is
isn't it?
a shaker card, yeah. And what we've used in the background there is just some of the table confetti stuff that you can get. So it's just paper sort of discs. And because we put the parchment over the top, it sort of diffuses it. It really does. But it's still there. It's really, really cool. We've got that one just... Is this what you were on about? Yeah. This is funky as anything. Isn't it awesome? Look at that. Again, really, really simple. And I think those have actually been coloured in. So they're not using different colour cardstocks. They're just using different colour pens. And you could maybe just have one set of alcohol pens that's got 6 different colours in. Yeah. It would work so well. It really does. And again, not a lot, just die cut several times with your sentiment on the side there. Oh, I love that one. Look at that one. Again, just really clean and simple with your inks or your sprays.
So yeah, bring your pens in, bring your inks in, you know, or you don't need to do any of that at all. Look at these ones. I've just spotted another one as well. So many different things that you can be doing with these ones here. There we go. So has that one been die cut and then it's been popped back in with foam pads?
It's really cool effect, isn't it? Again, you know, colour on colour, just doing that out of one shade, it looks amazing.
It looks amazing on that one just there. Then of course, you know, if you've got any of your other Hunkydory collections, is that from a little book page?
It is,
yeah. A little book page there, just doing the actual die cutting of the congratulations along the bottom, just picking out the colours. And then like a shaker card. Look at these ones, look at that.
So that's so cool. Again, so that's been cut out and then sort of fussy cut around the side of the cardstock to create that sort of frame and then add in the sparkles in there. I love this one.
This is the one that I was showing earlier on. So this just shows, if I show you it like that, and then is that just like vellum we've got over
It is
the
just a little bit of parchment. Again, it just tones down that background because it's quite obviously eye-catching because it's just black and white. So that parchment just sort of brings that down a little bit. And just adds again that little bit of a luxurious feel to the card as well. But again, we've not used a huge amount of elements. We've used a black ink. I think I coloured the hearts in and the love to match, like, you know, the red that I sort of wanted on there. And a little bit of black cardstock.
Yeah, creating your own background in that. That looks absolutely stunning. I'll just show you a couple of these ones. So I did show this one earlier on, but I just want to show you them all, just to show everything that you can be doing with them. I'm saying everything, there's so much more that you can be doing with them. Including using your own, making your own sentences.
I love
even.
This one.
Look at that. So we've gone with the craft card on that one, but you know, still bringing your heat embossing.
Yeah,
you can do all of
definitely. It's so cool, that one, isn't it?
There we go. And I'm just going to bring this one in because I love that. Again, it's really clean, it's really simple. I'm just going to get rid of that glare. It's not often I like to say I'm getting rid of that glare, but that's because of your mirror that you know.
It is, yeah.
So there we go. And there we go. We've not actually got a sentiment on that one, have we? So
it just says sunshine.
Oh, so right along the bottom, yeah.
So we've got hello sunshine.
But then, even then, I thought that worked well. I didn't see that along the bottom there, and I just thought that looked well even just with the die as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So these are absolutely fantastic. So we've got in the Hunkydory team, obviously they've got yourself. Yeah. We've got P Wheels, haven't we? We've got Sheila. Yeah. I know really well. We know, and then there's Natalie. Natalie's relatively new to the TV team, isn't she? So I've met her a couple of times now. Yeah. She's been working here for a while.
Yeah, she's been with us for nearly 2 years now. And she's settled into the team so well. She's fantastic and she's so creative. Yeah. She really is. And we just had to get her on TV. We just had to share her because she's just so clever and so talented.
Yeah, I know. I did see our last sort of shows here in the UK, and I think it was kind of like your shaker stamps and that. It was just absolutely incredible. So if they are watching, you know, hello to you all. If everyone at Hunkydory is watching, you know, because I know there's many that I still know really well, and then obviously there's a lot of new. I'm just assuming there'll be a lot of new ones since I was last there. So there we go. So that's part of your Moonstone combo collection, where you're getting the words, you're getting the stamps as well. So you've got $39.94 here in the UK. You are $59.99 here in the US. Here in the US, were we here in the US?
Is that where we are?
We're somewhere. We've gone quick in the last couple of hours, haven't we? You know, I don't know. We could be England, we could be Scotland, we could be. We could be anywhere. So wherever you are, your prices are there. So so just to reiterate, that's $39.94 here in the UK. If you are in the United States, $59.99. And again, as I do like to say, if you are across in Europe, all your prices in euros are on the website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.eu, saving of 30% on that last collection which I showed you. Now we do here at Crafters Companion, we're at head office. We do have our flagship store just next door here in Clift. If you want to have a wee bit of a look about, do come in if you're in the area. We do have a good selection of Hunkydory all the time. I do have a wee peruse every now and again, see what's new and what's come in. But if you want to have a wee bit of a closer look at our store, take a look at this.
Did you know that we've got 3 stores across the country? Our flagship store is based next door to our head offices in the northeast of England. But it doesn't mean that our friends around the country should miss out. That's why we've also got stores in Chesterfield and Evesham, and who knows where a store might pop up next.
Hello, so there we go. So if you are ever in the area, County Durham or Newton Aycliffe, then there is our flagship store. So, you know, it's not just obviously our products, you know, there's a variety of different products, including yourselves.
Amazing in there.
Huge, you know, yeah, the cafe and that as well. Yeah, so I have absolutely enjoyed this last couple of hours.
It's been fab.
It's been so fast. It's gone so fast. You know, we do kind of get to see each other a bit more if we're at TV at the same time here in the UK, but to even just be able to just kind of craft and watch, and it's just been so much fun. It's been so good. It's obviously been allowed to share, you know, because I love a set crafter's companion. You know, it's my favourite product. You know, but when I take my crafter's companion hat off, because I'm still a crafter deep down, you know, and I've been crafting all these years, and you know, of course, it's Hunkydory that I've been using. So when I was told that it was today that it was Hunkydory, I was like, I have to be here and do that. And then when I heard it was you that was doing it, I was like, there's no chance anyone is getting this position. I'm going to be taking it and doing it today. So yeah, it's been great. So our Crafthouse is all about inviting our friends out in the craft industry, all these different companies, to bring them in, you know, for you to enjoy and share and get the chance to purchase some of the products. And maybe you're not aware of them, you know, certainly here in the UK, I say it was Hunkydory, as you know, award-winning on multiple different awards over the years, you know, but if you are in the United States, you know, it might be a company that you're not familiar with, might be completely brand new to you. I absolutely love the fact that because I was doing some shares in that, there was a lot of from the US side saying, you know, I love it, I was going to be watching. You proved it there today on Facebook by saying that you're tuning in and watching it. Please do make sure whatever you've purchased, whether it's the full bundles, whether it's the individual bundles or that, go across to the website. Everything is there, including stuff that myself and Anne-Marie hadn't had time to show you, all on the website crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. So if you just go into Crafthouse, the actual logo will be there, click on that and everything will be there. Take advantage of everything that is there, and if whatever you do purchase and buy, please make sure, you know, you post them on social media, you know, tag myself, tag Anne-Marie as well, you know, tag Hunkydory, tag us at Crafters Companion, you know, but we just want to get everyone crafting, enjoying whatever it is, whatever company it is that you've got. You know, we love to mix and match, you know, fantastic bundles. You know, you could be bringing our stuff into Hunkydory and vice versa. You know, just enjoy it and just bring everything crafting related into your craft room. So, I think that's about it for today.
It's been fun.
Hopefully, if I don't see you before Christmas,
you probably won't now.
No. See you. Have a great Christmas.
You too.
Thank you again for everything that you've done.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it, absolutely. I am going to be back on Tuesday. We've got another cartload on Tuesday, so whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or across on our website, you could be watching on Crafters TV. We're going to have some incredible bundles for you. If I don't see you over the weekend, I hope you have a lovely time, and we'll see you again, Anne-Marie.
I hope so.
Bye.